There's not much to do when all I can is thinking about you. Not doing well, don't know where you are, 'cause you're not here. It's been way too long. If I could lay down beside you, I would. When nothing really matters, that's all I wanna do. I hope that you are safe and that I will see you soon. If I could lay down beside you, I would. I would. We talk on the phone every night. Love to hear your voice. Not sleeping well, and I know that you're right, but you should know it. You've been gone for way too long now. If I could lay down beside you, I would. When nothing really matters, that's all I wanna do. I hope that you are safe and that I will see you soon. If I could lay down beside you, I would. Even if you're gone, I won't forget you. You're all I know, what I need, and that ain't changing. Even if you're gone, I will.
Hiya, welcome back to my channel. Thanks so much for joining me on another video. So today I thought I'd film a what I eat in a day, because I think it's been quite a while since I've done one of these. I think the last foodie vlog, apart from like shopping hauls and things that I did, was what I ate in the week, which was just all my dinners. So I thought I'd do a what I eat in a day, because I am still doing Slimming World. I know my content isn't as in-depth with Slimming World as it has been in the past, and I think that is just literally down to the fact that I'm not going to group at the moment. I've still not pulled my finger out and rejoined group, or should I say just continued my journey with group, because that's what I'm planning on doing. I know that when I do go back to group, I'm going to probably have quite a substantial gain on the scales, even though I am chipping away at it. Because if you've been following me for a while, you'll know that I stopped going to Slimming World. I stopped doing the plan pretty much completely, really, since June. I was off and on, but I was more off than I was actually on. And then I wasn't actually going to group just because we had so much going on with family and things. So yeah, that all went completely to kaput. But when the summer holidays was over, I was back on plan. So I have been back on plan since the beginning of September. And obviously we're in October now. Cannot believe we're in October. The year has just flown by. Where has it actually gone? I cannot believe it. So I'm probably not the only person that's in as much disbelief. I reckon everybody else is, that Christmas is just around the corner. Sorry if it's still a swear word to people at the moment, with us only being in October. But yeah, so I've not gone back to group yet, but I have been on plan since the beginning of September, when the kids went back to school, when normality resumed and chaos wasn't every single day, because that's how the summer holidays feel to me. It just feels chaotic. It's not a rest, is it? It says it's a holiday, but it definitely isn't a holiday, or at least for me it isn't. But yeah, so I have been on plan, which is good. I am slowly chipping away at the weight loss, because obviously I know I've not done a weigh update properly or anything, but I think because I'm not going to group, I'm not stepping on the scales, believe it or not, as much as I thought I would do with not going to group. I tend to completely forget that I'm meant to weigh myself, and I was trying to stick with weighing every single Monday. So yeah, it just completely goes by the wayside. So Monday coming up, I am going to step on the scales and I'm going to see what they're saying. But I have been good. Don't get me wrong, I have been good. But like anything, or at least with me anyway, because I know some people can do Slimming World from home and they're absolutely amazing at it. And it's like they're going to a group. They have that accountability and they're able to just stick with it so well. And I envy those people. I really, really do, because I would save myself a small fortune not having to go to group. But I'm not one of them people. I'm really not. If I'm not going to group, I don't know why. I feel like I'm not doing the plan almost. And I think it is just that accountability, because I'm handing over the moolah to step on those scales. And when I'm not doing that, I kind of like convince myself as if to say like, oh, well, we'll just get back on it tomorrow. We'll just get back on it tomorrow. So I'm not saying since September started, I've been terrible, because I haven't. I have been on plan, but I've not been quite as strict on plan as what I would have been if I'd have been going to group. And I know that for a fact, because the couple of times that I have weighed, the weight loss isn't coming off as quick as it has done in the past when I've been going to group. I did manage to get that 2.5 stone award pretty quick, in my eyes anyway, for me, pretty quick. Whereas since then, I think I've only lost a few pounds since the beginning of September up until now. So yeah, I definitely need to get a wiggle on and get my butt back to group. That is without a shadow of a doubt. So what I'm probably going to do today, it's the weekend at the moment. Obviously, Monday is just a couple of days away. I'm probably gonna contact my Slimming World consultant, just see if there's any rejoining offers on at the moment, so that I don't have to pay as much. But when I do go back, when I was saying about the substantial gain, it's because I'm going to keep my progress. So I'm not going to start from scratch. I'm going to keep my progress. So I'll still be at least 1.5 stone, if not maybe 1.5 stone and a bit more down, because I have managed to, like I say, chip away from that stone gain that I did put on. But I know that I'm not going to be at that 2.5 stone weight loss, which I'm gutted about. I've only got myself to blame, completely only got myself to blame. Can't blame anybody else or anything else, no matter what's going on in my life. I can't blame it, because at the end of the day, I'm the one that puts the food into my face. I'm the one that does all the cooking. So it's not even like someone else is cooking for me and I can blame that. I can't. It's me. It's completely me. So I do accept all that accountability of me putting the weight back on, but I don't want to just chip away at it slowly. I need to get back to group. I miss group. I miss all my friends that I made there. And yeah, I enjoy going. I enjoy that social aspect. I enjoy that Monday, just me. Kobe is getting so much more bigger now. In a few days, he'll turn 11 months old. Again, cannot believe it. That's another thing, like, where has the year gone? That come bonfire night, he turns the big 1. I genuinely feel like he's about 6 months old, not that he's nearly turning 1. I can't get my head around it. I don't know if it's because I've got kids that the years whiz by so quickly, because they're always hitting that next birthday. But then saying that, with my older 2, again, if you're a regular on here, you'll know that I've got 4 children. If you're not and you're new, I do have a 14-year-old, an 11-year-old, a 2-year-old and a 10-month-old. With the 2 older children, with Kieran and Alyssa, their ages seem to have slowed down and years tend to go by slower for them. They hit the next birthday a little bit slower. And I think that's just because they've been around for so long. I know that sounds weird, but they've just been around for so long. But with Kobe and Alana, with them both being so small still, I feel like it whizzes by so much quicker, even though it's the same time, because we're all in the same space of time and all that. I don't want to melt anyone's brains. I don't even want to melt my own brain thinking like that. But we're all sharing the same time. But yet the littlies seem to grow up really quick, whereas the big 2 aren't. But that's just probably because the big two don't hit major milestones anymore. Obviously, they're getting older, but they're not hitting any of them major milestones, whereas the little two are still developing so quickly and still learning new things so quickly. And Kobe, every month that goes by is a new age. So, you know, like 1 month old, 2 month old, 3 month old. It's almost like birthdays, isn't it? Every single time they hit a month old. So, yeah, I think that's the reason why my year has just flown by. It's mental. Like I say, I'm sure that other people will feel exactly the same. But yeah, so then Kobe's birthday, we've got Halloween before that at the end of this month. Can't wait for Halloween. Absolutely love it. It is one of my most favourite times of the year. We've not decorated yet, so we are going to do that this weekend and get the house all nice and spooky and stuff and nice and cosy, because I don't know why, but I always feel like when Halloween comes around, then everything turns suddenly cosy. I mean, it's not going to be cosy with the heating on all the time like I usually have, because that's just a whole different story of bloody rising costs with energy prices and stuff. And I'm not even going to go into that because that's just depressing, and I'm not about depressing. But yeah, I just feel like it gets really nice and cozy. So we've got that to look forward to, decorating. We've got Halloween to look forward to. Then obviously Kobe's birthday. He was born on bonfire night. And didn't he come into this world with a bang? So it's definitely right that he was born on bonfire night. So then we've got bonfire night and his first birthday to look forward to. I'm trying to organise the kids' christening, because Alana was born in the actual pandemic when the whole COVID rubbish kicked off. So we never managed to get her sorted out with her christening. And then obviously we've got Kobe now, so we thought we'd do both kids at once. So I'm not sure whether we're going to do that this half of the year or if we're going to leave it until the beginning of next year. That's something that me and my husband need to sit down and decide on. I feel like because we've got a lot on this half of the year, because, you know, there's birthdays, there's other celebrations, there's all sorts of different things going on. We're planning on getting away for a week when it's October half term. Yeah, I keep thinking we're still in September, but I know we're in October. So yeah, because there's all sorts of different things going on, I think it probably is going to be wise that we leave it until next year, because otherwise we're probably going to overface ourselves with far too much stuff to organise. And that's the story of our life, basically. Overface ourselves with everything, and me with food, hence why I'm on this journey. But yeah, and then obviously we've got Christmas, and Christmas is just around the corner. And again, I can't believe it, but for the first time ever in my whole entire life, I have been so organised this year, and I have actually started buying Christmas presents well in advance. And again, apologies if you don't want to hear the whole Christmas talk, but it's going on in my life at the moment, and I'm just doing like an update, so this is what's happening. But yeah, I've actually started shopping for it, and I've made a really good dent in the Christmas pile. Normally I'm one of them people that leave it all until December, and I'm still shopping that week before Christmas. That is normally me, but this year, yeah, I'm just on it. Yeah, and I've managed to make a very substantial dent in the Christmas pile, so really, really happy with that. So like I say, we've got that to look forward to. And then as soon as January comes round, we've got Alyssa's birthday, my husband's birthday, and then I'm back at work, which is rubbish because I really enjoy my maternity leave. Really, really enjoy it. Obviously, working in the hospitals, it is just absolute bedlam, complete bedlam. And it's just so busy. I do 12.5-hour shifts. However, luckily, thank goodness, I'm managing to go back on just doing 1 day a week. And that's just so that we don't have to mess around with childcare, basically. Me and my husband can juggle it between us, that he'll go to work as normal. I'll be just going back 1 day a week. We can do it where when he comes home, I go to work. I'll do a night shift or something. And then it means that we don't have to put the littlies in any nursery. So we're going to save ourselves a massive cost that way, because we sat down and we worked it all out, and we worked out that for us to put them two in nursery for the days that I'd have to go into work full time, then we'd actually be paying more out in childcare than what we would me just working 1 day a week. So obviously working 1 day a week, I'll pay less national insurance, and I'll pay less tax, and we'll have more money at the end of the month than if I were working full time and they were in nursery. I hope that makes sense. So yeah, it's a no-brainer. I don't want other people to look after my children. I absolutely love looking after my children. So I know it's not an option for everyone. I really do know it's not an option for everyone. And when Kieran and Alyssa were little, it wasn't an option for us. We both had to work, and we had to put them in nursery, and they were in nursery full time. But I'm lucky that this time around, that with the two littlies, with Kobe and Alana, that we don't have to do that, that I can go back to work part-time, I can just do my 1 shift a week, and that we'll actually be financially better off doing it this way than putting them two in full-time nursery and me in full-time work. Obviously my husband works as well. So yeah, still not looking forward to it though, going back. Still not looking forward to it, because like I say, I love spending my time at home with littlies. As much as I love having equal rights and, you know, do everything that men can do and all that sort of stuff and be able to have a career, I love being at home as well. I feel like I'm pulled in two halves, that I want that life, but then I also want that life. I'm very greedy. I'm greedy when it comes to life, and I'm greedy when it comes to food. So, yay. I've got issues. Clearly I've got issues. But yeah, that's just a quick summary. The kids are doing really well. My hubby, he's doing fab. He's not feeling too great at the moment, which is obviously rubbish for him. I've not long got over a cold. It's not COVID for any of us. Obviously, we've done tests and stuff. We just got the good old-fashioned British cold because of the massive change in weather. So I was rough. Kobe and Alana have been rough. The big two have been rough. And then finally, my husband has caught it, and he's feeling a bit rough. But he's one of those. He's not a typical bloke. I will admit that to you. He is not a typical bloke that when he's got a cold, he's dying. He's not. He is one of those that he just soldiers on. I think he must have been a woman in a past life. He pulls his socks up and he just cracks on with it. So I'll give him his dues, definitely. Out of the 18 years, nearly 19 years that we've been together, I've only ever seen him ill, like properly ill, maybe 2-3 times at the most. I can definitely count the times, and I've got spare fingers left on one hand, because it's that rare for him. He's, like I say, he's a proper trooper. So yeah, otherwise everybody's doing good, and I just need to get my butt back to group, basically. That's all that there is to it. If I don't, then I know that once Christmas does come up, then I'm just going to end up putting the weight back on, because I'm not going to be able to resist. But at least if I go to group, I can either minimise the damage, or I can stop it completely and maybe lose a bit of weight as well. So that is my plan. So the next time you do hear from me, not in this vlog, but I mean another vlog, hopefully I'll have some answers of when I'm actually going to go back to group, face the scales, draw a line, and carry on. But like I say, I am still doing Slimming World at the moment, as you can see with this vlog. It's just the sins have been a little bit more relaxed. I've scrubbed days off and I've restarted again the next day, whereas when I'm at group, I plan my days off so they're incorporated in my week and my meals and things like that. Whereas when I'm not at group, I tend to just be a bit ad hoc, and I do it as and when I fancy. And that as and when I fancy happens too many times, basically. So yeah, I'm going to stop waffling on and carry on with the rest of this vlog and start showing you what I'm having to eat. So the next bit that you'll see will be my breakfast, and because I'm filming this bit after I've had my breakfast but before I've had my lunch. So I'm not sure what I'm going to have for my lunch yet. I might have like a jacket potato or something. And then dinner this evening, I think the kids want pasta, so I'm going to make something with pasta, but I'm not sure yet. But it'll be off of my menu plan if you've caught my shopping haul, because I've got stuff like carbonara, pasta al tonno, lasagna, meatball pasta bake. I've got those kind of things that are all pasta based. So we will see. So yeah, I will catch you in the next bit. So I hope you're all doing fab, having a great week, and I will speak to you shortly. As usual, keeping it simple this morning for breakfast. I'm just having a banana, which is free, an apple, which is speed, and then one of many, many cups of coffee using my First Healthy Extra A allowance of semi-skimmed milk. And this is lunch for today. So I've got a good old jacket spud, can't be beaten, and it's one of my favourite go-tos for a super quick lunch that's all on plan. I've just got 2 small potatoes there, which are completely sim-free. And the way that I get the skin lovely and crispy and the inside still nice and juicy and fluffy is that I spray the outside of the skin with some Fry Light, and then I put some Himalayan pink salt over the top. And I've found that it just seems to harden the skin really, really quickly, so that none of the moisture's like drawn out. And the rock salt, even though I know salt's meant to draw moisture out, it seems to just help with the hardening process almost. So yeah, they always come really, really crispy and super fluffy inside and not dry at all. I tried it a little while ago, and honestly I've never looked back since when it comes to jacket potatoes, so I do them like that every time. Put them in the oven for around about an hour on 200, so quite a high temperature, but again, perfect spuds every single time. And I have an electric oven as well. It's one of the fan ones if you want to give it a whirl. So like I say, a couple of potatoes there, completely free, and then I have topped it with a tin of tuna, which is free in protein, and then in it I have a tablespoon of this light mayonnaise, and you can see it's 40 calories, which is 2 sins on the plan. Can't get lighter than light mayonnaise for love nor money at the moment. It's just like gold dust round here, so goodness knows what's going on. So I've had to substitute with this one, which is obviously considerably higher in sins, because the lighter than light mayo is around about 10 calories, so only half a sin, whereas I've had to use 2 sins on just a tablespoon of this. However, this tastes a million times nicer than the lighter than light mayo, and you can really tell the difference in the flavours. So I'm not sure if I'm actually just going to stick with this and have the higher sins, which if I've got the sins there to use, then why not, and have better flavour, or if I'll go back to the lighter than light. So watch this space. But yeah, tablespoon of this, which is 2 sins. And then I also have 2 tablespoons of this Asda's Just Essential salad cream. So you can see there it's 19 calories, so it is 1 sin per tablespoon. So another 2 sins on this, and it's given me my tuna looking like that. So really, really, really yummy. I tried just a little sprinkle of this beforehand. I just dipped my finger in it to just taste it to make sure that it's not absolutely rank, and then I ruined my lunch. But it's gorgeous. It really, really is. So much so that it will go back on the shopping list and will be a regular. So the Asda's own lighter version, which again is the same amount of calories, and this is full fat, is double the price, and I'm going to stick with this one. So yeah, this one, a winner. Give it a whirl if you haven't tried already and you like salad cream. So yeah, 4 sins in there for my condiments. And I've just got a little bit of vinegar in there, a little bit of pepper. They're absolutely fine and free. And then I've also chopped up 4 crab sticks, which are free on Slimming World. They're not protein, they're just free. And I've mixed them in there just to give myself like a bit of a seafood cocktail. And then round here, as usual, if you've been following me for a while, you'll know that I love salad, and I've made a massive one. Iceberg lettuce, carrot, red onion, cucumber and baby plum tomatoes, which is all speed, and it does actually take up the majority of my plate as well. So this is my lunch. All in all, it's just 4 sins. Why did I have to count 4? Honestly, 4 sins, and I'm going to go and enjoy it now, and I'll catch you when I have something else to eat. So dinner is meatball pasta bake. I have a vegetarian one here cooking for me and Alyssa. And then the boys have beef meatballs. And here is my pasta cooking in some salted water. I've also added a tin of beans to each just to help bulk it out and so it'll go further. Here it is, all trayed up, ready to go into the oven, just minus the cheese at the moment. Me and Alyssa have the Asda's plant-based vegetarian meatballs at half a tin each. And you can see it's just all in the exact same sauce that you've just seen before. Peppers and onions in there as well for extra speed. And then the boys have the exact same as us, except for beef meatballs. And then I've also added a jar of the lasagna white sauce over the top, Asda's own one, just as extra creaminess, because that's how the boys prefer theirs. These are some vegetarian and beef meatballs to the side, because I'm planning on making meatball calzones later on in the week. So like I say, our meatballs are half a tin each. And then this is with the cheese on top. I've got 4 portions of a healthy extra A allowance on mine and Alyssa's. And then the boys just have an absolute ton of cheese on because they're not counting their sins. Or in fact, nobody else is, it's just me. And then this is what it looks like when it comes out of the oven. So nice and crispy. Like I say, 4 portions of healthy extra A allowance, or you can sin it at 6 sins a portion. And I'm planning on dividing ours up into 4. And then the same with the boys. Theirs, even though it looks more, it's the same amount. It's just in a shallower but wider dish. Ours is in a deeper dish but smaller. And then this is what it looks like all plated up. So there is my meatball pasta bake. I've got 4 meatballs, half a tin each, so 2 sins in total. The pasta's free, the beans are free, the sauce is all speedy because it's just made out of tomatoes, onions, peppers and garlic. And then my healthy extra A allowance of cheese on top. And then I've got a large speedy salad of mixed lettuce leaves, no cucumber, gherkins, red onions and tomatoes as well. And you can see that I've made sure that I've got at least half of a plate, if not a little bit more, of salad, and then this pasta bake as well. So yeah, this is my dinner for this evening. Meatball pasta bake, vegetarian, just 2 sins and a healthy extra A. So that's it. Another day is done. You've seen everything that I've eaten today. And I've had a really, really yummy day. And I feel like I've had a really good day as well on plan. Which is good because, you know, I don't know why I don't stick to it. Because I really enjoy doing Slimming World. And it is so unbelievably easy that when I don't stick to plan, I kick myself. Because it's like, well, why haven't you stuck to plan? You know it like the back of your hand, literally. In fact, I probably know the plan better than the back of my hand. So when I don't stick to it, I really do kick myself. Because like I say, it's a no-brainer on how to do it. And you can see you can eat loads of really yummy food. It's just that the bad food is so significantly restricted doing Slimming World. But yeah, otherwise, I've had a really good day and I've really enjoyed everything I've eaten. We've just chilled out today, had a complete relaxing day because I don't know about you guys, but by us, the weather has been absolute rubbish. It's been bouncing it down all day. The wind has been blowing a proper hoolie. My poor husband has had to go out and help one of his mates refix his roof because part of his roof in his kitchen got blown off and rain was coming in, so he's had to go and help him with that. In our garden, we had a gazebo up. Luckily, we managed to get it super cheap from Argos and in the summer, just to put in the garden with the littlies having their paddling pool out. We didn't want the sun on them while they were in the paddling pool because obviously it was too hot and getting sunburnt and stuff. It's just not a good thing, even though we lather them in sun cream. It's just not a good thing for little people. It's not a good thing for anyone, but it's definitely not a good thing for little people. So we had a gazebo up and I think it only cost us about 15 quid from Argos. But for what it was, amazing. It was huge. It covered pretty much the whole bottom half of our garden. So you could have the paddling pool under there and then there was still plenty of room that you could sit about and have chairs around and everything. So yeah, it was massive considering how cheap it was. However, now I know why it was so cheap, because we found it blown over the wall into next door's garden and a couple of the legs had snapped. So it, to be fair, the wind was ridiculously strong, so I will let it off. But yeah, it still managed to break. But it was only 15 quid and it's done its job for us this year. It means I don't have to store it away at least over winter. I should have brought it in because of the weather turning, but I didn't, because I just didn't. And at least I don't have to store it away now. I can put it in the bin. But yeah, to find it in next door's garden, my husband had to go climbing over the wall and rooting it out. Luckily, we know everyone on our street. We live on a really quiet street and everybody knows everybody and everybody's absolutely lovely. And our next door neighbour, he just found the funny side of it, which was good. And it didn't damage anything apart from the actual gazebo, but yeah. So we've just been relaxing because the weather has just been absolutely horrible. Not worth venturing out. Although Alana, she's a bit of a free spirit that come rain, hail, wind, snow, sun, no matter what the weather is doing, she wants to be outside. And if it is raining and there's massive puddles, she loves nothing more than jumping in them. Absolutely loves it, does the girl. She must have been a mermaid in a past life, because when it comes to water, she is all about water. She can't even have a drink without wanting to pour it into everything. Drives me absolutely batty, but she just loves it, absolutely loves it. So bath time and stuff like that is not an issue with Alana. Going swimming is not an issue with Alana because she just loves it, does the girl. But yeah, I'm obviously already changed for bed. I've got my mummy pig pyjamas on, nice and relaxed, because the weather has turned horrible, as I've already explained, and so the temperatures have dropped. But I refuse to put the heating on for long periods of time. Luckily, the house is like massively glazed. The windows are all glazed and we've got like insulation galore. So the house does tend to hold on to heat really well, thank goodness. But yeah, in the past, I used to have the heating on like all the time, whereas now I'm actually being careful. So that's probably a good thing. Anyway, I'm going to love you and leave you all. I think this vlog has turned out to be extremely chatty. It's been chatty with a side of food, of what I eat. But yeah, it's been such a long time since I've done one of these kind of chatty updates. And I'm one of them people that when people tend to start running away with the thoughts, feelings and just general life, I love getting those kind of updates on vlogs. So I hope you don't mind on this one as well, because I don't do it too often. I would do it more though, if you let me. I would definitely do it more, because I don't know, it's a bit like a counselling session. Therapy, yeah. YouTube therapy, we should call it that from now on, shouldn't we? Where you can just come on, say what's going on, and then you wander off. And it's a million times, in fact, it's completely free. So that's even better. So it don't cost you any money to get everything off your chest and a happy person. But anyway, I am going to leave it there because it's going to be about a million years long. So I'm not sure when I'm going to be vlogging again. I'm not going to be able to do it tomorrow just because we've got quite a few things on. You know, it's Sunday, it's before the kids are back at school. It's just a manic day. But then, like I say, we do have a few things on that we need to be doing. So oh no, I do know when I'm going to vlog again. Stupid me. Monday, I will do an update on how I'm getting on with my weight loss. So I'll do a weigh-in, no matter what the scales say, whether it's a gain, a maintain or a loss. I will update you all and let you know where I stand, and hopefully have some news on going back to group as well. So I'll update you on that one as well, because I'm going to message my consultant tomorrow. I won't do it now because it's too late and I don't want to be one of them people that message at stupid o'clock. But yeah, I'll message her, find out what's going on, and then I'll let you know as well. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this vlog. As always, pop some comments down below. Let's have a chat. I always make sure that I do respond to everybody, or at least acknowledge your comment if it's not a question or anything like that. But yeah, I'm going to love you and leave you all. As always, thank you so much. Take care of yourselves. If you haven't subscribed already, if you could do, because I know I keep asking, but it's because I'm just so close to that 1,000 and I really want to get there before Christmas, and I am definitely If I can keep going at the rate that I am going, hopefully I'll be there by the end of October, which would just be amazing. But yeah, I will love you and leave you all now, and I'll leave it at that. And take care, and I'll speak to you soon.